My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Geminis. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing your general love reading 5-card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer these 12 red roses as my token of love and appreciation for your love and devotion and support towards my channel. I love you guys incredibly, and thank you all so very much. So, this 5-card love reading includes where the first card represents you, the second, the other person, the third, the relationship, the fourth, the past, the fifth, the future. Then I'm going to draw a Vampire Oracle for you, and then a Favole, and then one card from the Tarot Interdit Vampiria. But let's get started with card number 1, which is for you. Ace of Wands. Okay, this is fire energy. You could have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements. What I'm mostly getting here is, especially for the single ones in this love reading for today, as it's looking like you're putting a lot of time and energy into any kind of like love interest, relationship, devotion, somebody you have your eyes on. And this is you actually kind of waving that magical wand and just saying, okay, we'll do whatever it takes just to, well, maybe, we'll meet this person, come across them, or maybe you do have your eyes on somebody and you're pretty much doing everything, well, regarding time and energy on, how you're going to approach this person, or maybe you're going to try to get this person to approach you sometime. But either way, it's a very beautiful, passionate, strong, and confident wand from the Queen, King, Page of Wands, Ace, but of course the Ace of Wands is very strong. But for once in a relationship, it looks like that, you're putting in a lot of time and energy in this relationship. I mean, I'm kind of also getting like Aries vibes here. I mean, are you currently with an Aries, or do you have Aries placements? Because Aries got like the 10 of Wands, and that's also about hard work and devotion and stuff like that, but it's also feeling a little bit burdened. Because, well, from my experience, from, any kind of human relationship, what I've observed and witnessed is that, well, some humans, they tend to be a little bit one-sided where, one person puts in all the hard work and effort and the other person is just constantly passenger riding, and then they pretty much also want to receive the same amount of love, devotion, and support from the other person. So I'm kind of getting, it's like if you're putting in a lot of time and effort, make sure that the other person is also going to be reciprocated and not just saying, oh, I love, the chase from Gemini. I love, just the attention and stuff like that. But will I ever be with Gemini? Most likely not. So you'll want to, kind of, be aware of that aspect. And let's see who the other person is or could be. Page of Swords. Fellow air sign, Aquarius, Libra, another Gemini maybe. But this person is also putting in a lot of hard work and effort as well. So if you and your current spouse, companion that you're with, it looks incredibly beautiful and promising because this person is also putting in hard work and effort into this relationship, and you're also putting in a lot of time and energy as well. Beautiful. Finding that beautiful yin and yang kind of relationship. Love that. But for the ones who are in a singlehood, position in this love reading, is that, you're also putting in a lot of hard work and time and effort maybe on trying to approach somebody. I mean, I'm not really getting, self-development and self-improvement all too much unless that does apply to you, because it is just a general love reading for today. However, yeah, I'm not really getting any of those themes and stuff like that. It just shows that you're incredibly determined to want to actually approach this person or be with this person who you may have your eyes on or who you hope to meet someday and stuff like that. So, because the relationship of what is or could be. Page of Cups, I was kind of thinking about that. You have this daydream. You pretty much, whether it was that you read a book or, watched a movie or TV show, is you have your eyes focused on somebody, and this is who you are trying to manifest and create. And the thing is, Page of Cups is a very beautiful card because it is like a daydream, an idea child, but mind you, it is a bit of an illusion. Because characters in books or TV shows are just characters. Those are just fiction. It's not like they're real individuals. And it's not like, unless you pretty much just say, yeah, these characters were based off of real historical figures and stuff like that. The thing is maybe you might eventually come across somebody like that, but most likely you won't. So it's best to kind of just, not try to push reality with daydreams because, it mostly will clash. And it's always like that one saying, goes, be careful when you meet your heroes or something. I don't know if that's an actual saying. Because, let's say that when you have your eyes on like a celebrity or something and you think, oh, I want to marry that person. I want to be with that person. It just still shows that we're just going to click instantly and blah, blah, blah. We have so much in common. Beautiful idea, child, and daydream. And please don't stop daydreaming. However, mind you, as if you were to ever come across them, they don't know who you are. Sad but true, is, it's like, it's just, if you come across and say, oh yeah, I'm your biggest fan, oh yeah, I share similar, interests with you after reading about you and stuff like that, and the other person could be like thinking, okay, please, just, keep distance and stuff like that. I mean, that's kind of, how some humans may react when they say, okay, that's nice and stuff like that, but maybe, I mean, that's the deep and sad and honest truth of the delusional part of daydreams is when you have this beautiful daydream instead of may not always work out, and then hopefully it's not going to be, sending you off into this real big unhappiness for that matter and stuff. But I do see you putting in a lot of hard work and stuff, but let's see what the past was about. But of course, it's like if you are currently with somebody, and you do hope to, well, keep up this daydream, I mean, that's kind of where the realistic part is where you can maybe try to apply, maybe some kind of fiction activities. I don't know. It is a general reading, so just take it how it resonates, of course. But always make sure that the other person is also up for it as well, Because in the past, Manifesting Magician, one of your cards next to Virgo. You could maybe be with a Virgo in current times, or maybe have Virgo placements. But it's just pretty much that today's reading is mostly just based off of, that you're heading down towards this certain daydream or idea, child, or this certain idea that you're trying to put time and energy into, and, you're putting a lot of time and effort on heading down towards this daydream idea child kind of situation. And because you were already manifesting something, maybe you were trying to create spells or something, or potions, or whatever spirits that humans are trying to manifest in other ways, or I don't really know exactly. However, you want to make sure that your goal is going to be a realistic goal and not something that's we're going to just send you off into a spiraling unhappy future. However, it's like if you're just only in this, love reading just for the entertainment, for, just saying, oh yeah, I'm not really heading out towards this daydream. I'm just only, manifesting this beautiful, fictional story. Okay, 100% your prerogative. I mean, I really hope that this daydream does work out for you, because it does, will look like that you're incredibly determined and ambitious and passionate about this idea as well. But for the ones in a relationship, it also shows that you were already creating, the perfect daydream as well. So hopefully, you are living your beautiful daydream. Because in the future, 3 of Wands, yes, I mean, I do see, some act of traveling, this journey you're going to be heading down towards. I mean, 100% your prerogative. I mean, this, that's why I am here as your tarot guide. I'm never going to order you to do what you should and shouldn't do. That's 100% on your own actions, on what you hope to go about, but I only provide suggestions in the sense of saying, make sure that it is a realistic goal and idea, not something that's going to, send you off into this unhappy experience and stuff like that. Because hypothetically, if you do ever get a chance to meet the celebrity of your dreams, or daydream person of whoever it may be, it might end up in a very beautiful, occasion, but it could also end up in a real negative experience, because you can't really know what's going on with the other person at the time and stuff like that. So, but for the ones in a relationship, I do see, some form of traveling or some kind of development and movement as well. Wow. Because Oracle says eternal youth, energy, newness, and vitality. Okay, so the thing is, it's like, enjoy the energy and the newness, and hopefully you're incredibly vital in other ways and stuff like that. So best of luck on where this journey may take you, because I do see all this energy is going to be put into this 3 of Wands journey of boarding the ship of opportunity in other ways, heading off towards, the direction you hope to head towards. And for the ones in a relationship, it looks like that you're also putting in a lot of hard work, time, and energy in this relationship as well, and trying to make sure that the daydream is going to be manifesting into this beautiful outcome. Wow. Because Favole wants to add, give these things a quick shuffle. High Priestess. Okay. Well, you could also end up with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in the future as well. But the High Priestess is pretty much applying all of your experiences, your knowledge, everything that you've mostly, accumulated over, your past existence and stuff like that, and applying it into this beautiful upper book of knowledge and stuff like that. And this is where your senses, your intuition, your feelings, stuff like that are going to be extra strong, and maybe that's why, you have a lot of energy, because, you're pretty much just applying everything into the beautiful book, the upper book of whoever and whatever it may be. Or, of course, you could also have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placement, as you could currently be with a Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio as well. But the High Priestess is one of the most powerful individuals and cards in the entire deck, next to the Hierophant. Okay, we'll finish off with the French Tarot deck of Le Tarot Interdit Vampiria. Oh my goodness. I think even Aries got this, so I'm just getting Aries vibes. Yes, Commandant d'Archet. So it's the Queen of Pentacles in the future, so maybe you could end up with the Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, because you did already get like a Virgo and Gemini card with the Magician. But the thing is I do see on one side that it's going to be very balanced and very grounded and stuff like that. So maybe this daydream that you're trying to manifest and create is definitely going to be providing you a sense of, groundedness. Maybe it will become this very beautiful, realistic goal and idea. Or either way, but, it's like I do see a lot of energy being put into this idea. I do see a lot of hard work and efforts being put in. Maybe your senses and intuition are really guiding you towards this beautiful, realistic, grounded, and balanced feeling taking place in the future. But for the ones who are in a relationship, I do see this very beautiful, long-lasting, stable connection. So, yeah, I'm going to have to leave it at this, but I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. So, in a few days, I'm going back to general readings. Now, I'm not so sure how I'm going to angle it this time, if I'm going to have the camera angled at the altar, because the human has, purchased more items and stuff like that. But I want to thank you guys again for joining me. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm also open for personal readings. All you have to do is join and subscribe to the channel and post in the little discussion box that you want a personal reading from me, and I'll respond to you with my email. But other than that, I love you guys incredibly. I want to wish you all the best on where this journey may take you.